Good morning, students. I am Samatha, lecturer in chemistry. Okay, students, today we will discuss about systematic errors. Yesterday we have completed that types of errors. Mainly three types of errors are there: gross errors, systematic or determinate errors, random or indeterminate errors. Yesterday we have completed that gross errors and definitions of systematic errors are also completed. Now we will discuss about minimization of systematic errors. Okay, what are the steps to follow minimize the systematic errors? That is calibration of instruments and operators, performing duplicate runs simultaneously, performing a blank run, performing control runs, measurements by independent methods, method of standard addition, and method of internal standard. These are the steps to follow minimize systematic errors. First of all, we have to done calibration of instruments and operators. And we have to do duplicate runs also simultaneously, and performing blank run, that is also important, and performing control run. These all are the useful to minimize the systematic errors. And this diagram shows that random errors, and this is also graph about random errors, and this is indicate error handling. And next is the random errors. Any repeated measurement gives slightly different values even when done with utmost care and under similar conditions. Okay, either we have followed utmost care and similar conditions, then also we will get different values in each measurement or each experiment. We will get different values. Same experiment we have to done 3-4 times, like that same experiment in similar conditions, even though we will get different slightly different values. This error stems from unpredictable inaccuracy in each step of the measurement. It is not having a fixed value or sign. It is known as indeterminate error. Indeterminate error means it is not having a fixed value or sign. It is known as indeterminate error. They occur with statistical distribution and treated by statistical methods. Okay, this random error or indeterminate errors occur with the statistical distribution and it is treated by statistical methods. And definition of some statistical terms. Next is the definition of some statistical terms which are present in the analytical data analysis. In this, the first term is true value. True value means the actual value to be got. Okay, our target value is called as a true value here. This is the theoretical value, and it is the reference value. The actual value to be got is called as the true value. Next is the measured value. Measured value means the value got in a trial or the value got in a practical method or in experiment, that is called as the measured value. Next is the error. Error means true value plus measured value, or true value minus measured value, that is called as a error. Error means the difference between the true value and measured value is called as a error. The difference between true value and measured value is called as a error. Next is the relative error. Relative error means error by true value, that is called as a error. Relative error. Next is the percentage of error. Percentage of error means relative error into 100. It shows the percentage of errors. Okay, this is the terms which are present in analytical data analysis. What are they? One is true value, and second is the measured value, and third is the error, and fourth is the relative error, and fifth is the percentage of error. These are the terms present in analytical data analysis. Measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency here, first is the mean. Mean, its types. Mean or arithmetic mean is the average of a set of data. Mean or arithmetic mean means it is a average of set of data, is called as a mean. For example, we are having one set of data. The average of that particular data is called as a mean here. Next is the population mean or limiting mean. Population mean or limiting mean is the arithmetic average of a set of data where the number of data is nearing infinity. Okay, it is called as population mean or limiting mean. Means arithmetic average of the complete set of data and number of data. This is called as the population mean. Next is the simple mean or arithmetic mean. It is simple average when you know the number of sample is infinite. Example, arithmetic mean of 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. For example, here the set of data is like this: 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, this is called as the set of data. Exact middle number is called as mean here. Okay. Example, arithmetic mean of this set of data is 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 15. This is the total sum of the data is called as like this. The total sum of the data is 15. The total number of items present in is 5. Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is called as the number of items present in data. Okay, the total sum of data divided by total number of items present in set of data, that is called as the simple mean or arithmetic mean. Okay, here total sum is 15, number of items is 5. 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. Here example, arithmetic mean of this set is 3. Next is the population mean. The formula to find the population mean is, okay, here this is the formula to find the population mean. Mu is equal to sigma into x divided by n. Okay, this is the formula to find out the population mean. Mu is equal to sigma into x divided by n, where sigma is the sum of total data is called as sigma here. Next, x is all the individual items in the group, and n is the number of items present in the group. Okay, here mu is the population mean, sigma is the total sum, x is the all the individual items present in the group, and n is the number of items present in the group. Okay, here to find out the population mean, the formula is mu is equal to sigma into x divided by n. Example, here example problem is there. What is that? All 57 residents in a nursing home were surveyed to see how many times a day they eat meal. One meal 2 people, 2 meals by 7 people, 3 meals by 28 people, 4 meals by 12 people, 5 meals by 8 people. What is the population mean for the number of meals eaten per a day? Okay, this is the problem. Let us see the solution for this problem. Here solution is there. Okay, 1 meal by 2 people, so 1 into 2. Okay, it is the 1 into 2. Next is 2 meal by 7 people, so 2 into 7. 3 meal by 28 people, so 3 into 28, like that. 1 into 2 plus 2 into 7 plus 3 into 28 plus 4 meal by 12 people. So 4 into 12 plus 5 meal by 8 people, 5 into 8. Okay, the total sum is equal to 188. Okay, the total sum is 188. Divide your answer to step 1 with the number of items in your data set. There are total 57 people are there, means here number of items is 57. Okay, we can divide the total sum with number of items present in a set, means here 188 divided by 57. Okay, 188 is the total sum, 57 is the number of items present in data. 188 divided by 57 is equal to, the value is 3.29824561,404. Okay, this is the our answer. Okay, that is the population mean. We can also write 3.3. 3.298 means we can also write 3.3. That's an average of 3.3 meal per person per day. Okay, average 3.3 meal per person per a day. Here the population mean is 3.3. Figuring out the population mean should feel familiar. Okay, figuring out the population mean should feel familiar. You are just taking an average using the same formula you probably learned in basic math, just with different notation. However, care must be taken to ensure that you are calculating the mean for a population, the whole group, and not a sample part of the group. The symbols for the two are different. Population mean symbol is mu. Sample mean symbol is x bar. Okay, here figuring out the population mean, it should feel familiar. You are just taking an average using the same formula you probably learned in basic math. However, care must be taken to ensure that you are calculating the mean for population and not a sample. The symbols for the uh, two are different symbols. Population mean symbol is mu, sample mean symbol is x bar. Next is the median. Okay, mean is completed. Next is the median. The median is the middle value when we order our data from the smallest to the largest value. Okay, here median means if we are having one data set, first we arrange the data from smallest to largest value. The middle value is called as median here. Okay, understand? The median is the middle value when we order our data from the smallest to the largest value. Okay, we are having one data set, we can arrange the data from smallest value to largest value. The middle value is called as the median here. When the data set includes an odd number of entries, the median is the middle value. Okay, if our data set is having odd number of items are present in our data, the median is the middle value. Okay, for example, we are having 5 numbers in our data. The middle number means the third number or third value is called as the median. For example, for an even number of entries, means for example in our data we are having even number of items, the median is the average of the n by 2 and the n by 2 plus 1 values, where n is the size of the data set. Okay, median is what? In our data set, when we are arranging the data from smallest value to largest value, the middle value is called as a median. If our data set is having odd number, the middle number is called as a median. if our data is having even number, the median is the n by 2. Okay, here determine the median value for the following data. Okay, here following data is 1 comma 3 comma 1 comma 8 comma 5 comma 4 comma 3 comma 9 comma 5. Okay, this is our data set. First what we have to do, we can arrange the data from smallest number to largest number. Okay, now we can arrange. First is 1 1 3 3 4 5 5 8 and 9. Okay, first we can arrange our data from smallest number to largest number. Okay, here we arranged that. Here we have to know the n value. Our data is odd number or even number. Let us counting that. Total the item numbers are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 9 numbers are present, so our data is having odd number, n value is odd here. If our data is odd, the median is the middle number. Okay, here middle number is the 4, so this is the median. Okay, if our data is having even number, that is also here example. If n is even, how many numbers are present here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So n value is 10, means number of items is 10. First we arrange the data from smallest number to largest number. Now we can arrange 1 1 3 3 4 5 5 7 8 9. First we arrange the data from smallest to largest, but here n value is even, so here median is the these two numbers, middle two numbers 4 and 5. Here the median, how to calculate the median is equal to 4 plus 5 by 2. Okay, 4 plus 5 by 2, the median value is 4.5 here. Okay, the median value is 4.5 here. Okay students, this is about median. What is median? When we are arranging the data from smallest number to largest number, the middle number is called as the median. If our data is having odd number, n value is odd, or number of items are present in odd number, the middle number is called as the median. If our data is having even numbers, for how can we calculate the median here? The middle two numbers, the sum of middle two numbers divided by 2, that is called as a median. Here example is there, the middle two numbers are 4 and 5, so here median is the 4 plus 5 by 2. 4 plus 5 means 9, 9 by 2 is equal to 4.5. Next is the standard deviation and variance. Standard deviation means the standard deviation is a measure of how spread out numbers are. Okay, the standard deviation is a measure of how spread out numbers are. A quantity expressing by how much the members of a group differ from the mean value for the group. Its symbol is sigma. Sigma is a Greek letter. The formula is easy. It is the square root of the variance. So now you ask, what is the variance? The variance is defined as the average of the squared differences from the mean. Okay, squared differences from the mean is called as the variance. Here standard deviation means the standard deviation is a measure of how spread out numbers are. How spread out numbers are called as the standard deviation. A quantity expressing by how much the members of a group differ from the mean value for the group. Its a symbol is sigma. Standard deviation symbol is sigma. It is a Greek letter. The formula is easy. It is the square root of the variance. Variance means the variance is defined as the average of the squared differences from the mean. Okay, here distribution of errors. Random errors are distributed normally, that is, it follows normal distribution. Okay, here the formula is p into x is equal to e power minus x minus mu square by 2 sigma square total by sigma root 2 pi. This is the distribution of errors, where x is the value measured, mu is the mean, sigma is the standard deviation. Okay, some of the standard values are there. This is the distribution of errors. Next is the normal distribution curve. Okay, this curve shows the normal distribution curve. Okay, here the normal distribution has mean is equal to median is equal to mode. Okay, this shows mean, median and mode. Okay, the normal distribution, this normal distribution has mean equal to median equal to mode. Symmetric about the center, 50% of values less than the mean and 50% greater than the mean. Okay, here symmetric center is present, 50% values are less than the mean and 50% values are the greater than the mean. So this curve shows the symmetric center. This is about normal distribution curve. And next is the effect of different errors on the measurement. Systematic and random errors. Okay, here effect of different errors on the measurement. Here systematic and random errors. Here measured data is present. Okay, this is the measured data. Here true are the known value. Here test symmetric error, and here apparent measured average here, and scatter due to random error. This shows scatter due to the random error, and this is the test symmetric error. This is the true or known value. This is measured data and this is measured average. This shows systematic and random errors. Systematic and random errors shows here low random error, low symmetric errors, high precision and high accuracy. Low random error, high systematic error, high precision and low accuracy. This diagram shows high random error, high systematic error, low precision and low accuracy. Okay, this is the systematic and random errors showing diagrams. Next is the precision and accuracy. Assume a titration experiment is done for 10 minutes. The actual concentration is 1.1122 N. Student 1 is getting a accurate and precise value. Student 2 is getting a precise but not accurate value. Okay, these values are shows accurate and precise values, but here only precise values are got, not accurate. Okay, this is about precision and accuracy. Okay, what is that? Assume a titration experiment is done for 10 times. Okay, two students done a same experiment in 10 times. The actual concentration is 0.1122 N. Okay, the student one all the times he got the same value, 0.1122, 0.1121, 0.1122, 1122, same like that. Only one time he got 0.1121. So these values shows complete, accurate and precise. But student 2 is got different values: 0.1126, 0.1125, 1127, 26, 26, like that. These are precise values but not accurate values. Okay, this is the difference between precision and accuracy. Accuracy means same exact value is called as the accurate value. Precision means some of the variance or small difference is there, that is called as the precision. Okay students, this is about today's session. Once again we will discuss briefly. Okay, first of all we have discussed that minimization of systematic errors. Okay, the steps to take to minimize the systematic error is calibration of instruments and operators, performing duplicate runs simultaneously, and performing a blank run, performing a control runs, measurements by independent methods, method of standard addition and method of internal standard. These are the steps to take minimize the systematic errors. And this diagram shows the random errors, and these are also random errors. This diagram shows the error handling. And random errors means any repeated measurement gives a slightly differing values even when done with utmost care and under similar conditions. Means here any repeated measurements gives a slightly different values. Okay, even we maintain utmost care and similar conditions, even though we will get the slightly different values in each and every repeated times, that is called as the random errors. It is not having a fixed value or sign, it is known as the indeterminate error. And these are occur with statistical distribution and treated by statistical methods. And definition of some statistical terms which are present in analytical data, that is true value, measured value, error, relative error and percentage of error. These are the terms present in the analytical data analysis. And measures of central tendency, that is first is mean or arithmetic mean, and it is the average of a set of data. For example, we are having one set of data, the average of particular set of data is called as a mean. Here population mean and limiting mean is there. It is the arithmetic average of a set of data where the number of data is nearing infinity. Here sample mean or arithmetic mean, it is simple average when you know the number of sample is finite. Example, arithmetic mean of this particular data is 3. Here total sum by total number of items present in the data. So 15 by 3 here, 15 by 5, the value is 3 here. Next is the population mean. To find out the population mean, there is one formula, that is mu is equal to sigma into x divided by n. Here sigma is the total sum of this data, x is the all the individual items present in the group, n is the number of items present in the group. Next, one example is there. All 57 residents in a nursing home were survived to see how many times a day they eat meal. One meal by 2 people, two meals by 7 people, three meals by 28 people, 4 by 12 people, 5 by 8 people. What is the population mean here? The solution is 1 into 2 plus 2 into 7 plus 3 into 28 plus 4 into 12 plus 5 into 8. The total sum is here 188. The total number of people present here 57. So we can divide the 188 by 57. The value is 3.298, means approximately 3.3. For this particular problem, the population mean is 3.3. Next is figuring out the population mean should feel familiar. You are just taking an average using the same formula you probably learned in basic math. However, care must be taken to ensure that you are calculating the mean for a population and not a sample. The symbols for the two are different, that is population mean symbol is mu, sample mean symbol is x bar. Next is the median. Median means the median is a middle value when we order our data from the smallest to the largest value. Median means when we are arranging our data from smallest number to largest number, the middle number is called as the median here. When the data set includes an odd number of entries, the median is the middle value. If our data is having odd number of items, the middle number is called as the median. Our data is having even numbers, the two numbers divided by 2, that is called as the median here, n by 2. Here example is there, one data is there. First we arrange the data from smallest value to largest value, then count the n value. Here in first example, n value is odd number, so middle number is called as the median here. In this data, median is 4, and next data, first we arrange the data from smallest to largest value, but here n value is even, so we have to take two middle numbers 4 and 5. The median is 4 plus 5 by 2 is equal to 4.5 value. Here 4.5 is the median value. Next is the standard deviation and variance. The standard deviation is a measure of how spread out the numbers are. A quantity expressing by how much the members of a group differ from the mean value for the group. Its a symbol is sigma. The formula is easy. It is the square root of the variance. So now you ask, what is the variance? Variance is the average of the squared differences from the mean. Distribution of errors, here formula is there. In that formula, x value is measured value, mu is the mean, sigma is the standard deviation. This curve shows the normal distribution curve. Here normal distribution curve shows the mean, median, mode values. The normal distribution has mean equal to median, median equal to mode. This graph shows the symmetric system, and this symmetric curve shows 50% of values less than the mean and 50% of the values greater than the mean. So this is called as the symmetric curve. Next, effect of different errors on the measurement, systematic and random errors here. Okay, here graph shows measured data and true or known value. Systematic error, scattered due to the random error. This is the measured average. This graph shows the effect of different errors on the measurement. And next is the systematic and random errors. This first graph shows the low random error, low systematic error, high precision and high accuracy. Okay, when our data is having low random error, low systematic error, automatically that has the high precision and high accuracy. And second diagram shows the low random error, high systematic error. That means it has the high precision, low accuracy. And third diagram shows high random error and high systematic error. Then it has low precision and low accuracy. Next is the precision and accuracy. Precision and accuracy means if we get the same accurate value means recorded value or theoretical value or reference value. If we got the same reference value exactly, then that is called as accuracy. Precision means some small deviation is there or small variance is present in our value, then that is called as the precision. For example, the actual concentration of the solution is 0.1122 n. If we get the same 0.1122 value, then the value is called as the accuracy. But we are having some variation, for example 0.1126, 1125, like that. That is called as a not accurate value, that is precise, similar to true value but not a accurate value. This is called as the precise or precision. Precision and accuracy means we are having at one time we done the experiment 10 times, but only one time we are having small variance in value, but 9 times we got the accurate value. This is called as the precision and accuracy, precision and accuracy. But we are done experiment 10 times, but we are not having a single time exact same value. All the 10 times we are having some variation from the true value, then this experiment is a precise but not accurate. Okay students, this is about today's session. Hope you understood. Thank you.